What makes people seek relationships with some people and not others? There are many explanations. Attraction, intimacy, rewards are just some of the reasons why people form relationships. Sometimes people establish relationships because we find a person attractive. We feel this attraction for many reasons. The first being appearance. We know we are not supposed to judge others based on how they look, but many humans do this anyways. We find ourselves physically attracted to a person based on traits we find personally eye-catching. Although the initial impression can be important, people who are not considered good-looking don't need to worry. If they have good personalities, they will likely still be seen as attractive. As far as appearance goes, as a relationship develops, the physical aspects become less important. People are usually attracted to others who are similar to them. Similarity helps a relationship because it allows the parties to communicate effectively. And although similarity is important, differences can strengthen a relationship if they are complementary, meaning that the differences satisfy each other's needs, like dominant versus passive. Humans also experience reciprocal attraction. In most cases, we like people who like us back. This is very strong in the beginning of a relationship. It helps boost a person's self-esteem, which, in turn, helps confirm their self-concept that they are likable. People like to be around those who are talented, because on some level we hope their talents will rub off on us. However, people are sometimes uncomfortable around those who are too talented because they feel they may look bad in comparison. We are most attractive to people who show competence, but also have visible flaws, and are not afraid to admit their mistakes. Self-disclosure is another form of attraction. In order to build liking, a person should reveal important information about themselves. Because similarity plays an important role in relationships, disclosure can help people find their similarities in experiences or attitudes. Disclosure shows trust and respect, and therefore increases attractiveness. Self-disclosure is crucial in the early stages of a relationship. Proximity can lead to attraction. We are very likely to form relationships with people we interact with frequently, but familiarity can build contempt. Proximity can build either very strong or very negative personal feelings.
Physical intimacy. Intimacy as a physical closeness. Even before birth, the developing fetus experiences an incredible physical closeness. As they grow up, they are continually nourished by physical intimacy. As we grow older, the opportunity for physical intimacy is less regular. While some view physical intimacy as sexual, there are those companions who have endured physical challenges together that have created a bond that can last a lifetime. Intellectual sharing. It is when you engage another person in an exchange of important ideas. A kind of closeness will develop that can be powerful and exciting. Emotional intimacy. The exchanging of important feelings. The exchange of important feelings doesn't have to happen face-to-face. It is possible to have emotional intimacy through other ways of communication, such as email and telephone. Shared activities can provide another way to achieve closeness. Shared activities can include everything from working side by side at a job together to meeting regularly for exercise workouts. Not all shared activities create and express intimacy, but the bonds that come from experiencing significant events with another person can happen often and are hard to ignore. Masculine and feminine styles. Men grow close to one another by doing other things. For many men, closeness grows from activities that don't depend heavily on disclosure. Men whose communication styles include some stereotypically feminine elements are more likely to express affection more directly. Women disclose more than men, and the information they reveal is more personal and more likely to involve disclosure of feelings. Women are more willing to share their thoughts and feelings. Both sexes are equally likely to reveal negative information. However, men are less likely to share positive feelings. The difference between men and female measures of intimacy helps explain some of the stresses and misunderstandings that can arise between sexes. Cultural influence. Notions vary from one culture to another. Disclosure is especially high in the North American society. People from the U.S. are more disclosing than members of any other culture studied. Germans and Japanese tend to disclose little about themselves except in personal relationships with select few. Taiwan and Japan generally do not reach out to strangers. Members of more individualistic cultures like Canada and U.S. make less distinction between personal relationships and casual ones. The differences between cultures mean that the level of self-disclosure that is appropriate in one culture may seem completely inappropriate in another. Limits of intimacy. It is impossible to have a close relationship with everyone. There isn't enough time and energy to have a close relationship with everyone. Even if we could seek intimacy with everyone we met, there aren't many that would want that much closeness. Intimacy is definitely rewarding, but is not the only way of relating to others.
Intimacy can be satisfying, but it's not the only payoff. Rewards are positive and costs are negative, and if the rewards are great, the outcome is considered a good deal.